What is good, everyone? TeamJVS back with another review. We are here with The Walking Dead Dead City Episode 5. So, it's been a treat so far, man. I mean, I've enjoyed what we got. I can't say that the show's been great. Like, Season 2 has been fantastic, but it's been enough to kind of, like, drag me in and kind of, it's been good, you know? And, with what they're kind of building up, I've been really, really excited to see what they're going to kind of, like, lead on to and how they're going to end up handling certain things, and it's been cool to see kind of everything kind of unfold. First off, hello, I'm Busy Braun. Welcome to Team JVS. We cover a lot of things over here. If you're not interested in this show, there's a lot of other things that we cover that you might be into. Um, but yeah, I mean, if you guys want to see reactions for this show, you can go check out my channel, of course. But honestly, I'm just excited to dive into this. I mean, the first four episodes were pretty solid. Last episode I really enjoyed. It was really cool to see that kind of reunion finally between Maggie and Negan, and then Negan warning Maggie of Herschel. You know, of all people, Herschel. And it was interesting to see kind of all that go down. And then leading into this episode, we kind of go right back to where our headquarters were. If you know what I'm saying, and we see Navarez there with her whole crew ready to blast these people who have been giving us shelter. So it's a really kind of rough situation because it's you know uh, anytime we have a situation like that where she can just quickly turn everyone and just quickly say, oh yeah, well, Armstrong is showing it's treason, so it's just putting us in a situation that's just really, really annoying. And realistically, Dasha Polanco is such a great actress. I love her, but her character is so fucking annoying. So she's playing her part. She's doing a good job. And and I think the same thing kind of goes with Ginny, where we have Ginny's character, and again, I've enjoyed with what we've gotten with her for the most part. And then she ends up doing some crazy stuff in this episode, and yeah, we see that time and time again. Of course, where we get Navarez with turning everyone against the group that's been giving them shelter, and then Ginny, of course, is spewing out all the tea, if you will, talking about Negan, talking about Maggie, and of course, Navarez is just doing whatever she can do to kind of get that control back. And I knew that this was gonna come. I knew that they were kind of building up to this because earlier on, when everything kind of went down, when they got launched off the boat after she clearly was wrong about everything, she looked defeated, but she looked like she was still kind of like out to get back at Maggie and all, and like she didn't want to be wrong, and um I was waiting for this to happen. I'm glad it was a one episode deal because I mean, with these seasons being short, it's cool to kind of get everything, all the meat right away instead of having this dragged out into like a 3 episode thing. So for her to kind of be out here and attempt to do all that was pretty nuts, and then it leading to them, leading to Maggie kind of getting out of there and then getting back, trying to help them break free, but for her to do it in a manner of almost killing Navarez, and then her being in kind of like a standoff with Ginny was kind of sick, man. I'm just like, dude, like, out of all the people, Ginny's the one pointing the gun at Herschel, and I'm just, it was upsetting. I'm like, how is this gonna play out? I was salty. I'm not gonna lie, but of course, Maggie ending up almost being hung, and thank God for these cult people and the screaming and all that nonsense. I really thought that was an awesome scene because the way that the head of that group kind of explained things, it's like, I'm not dying, I'm just leading on to where everyone else is going. Like, I'm leading on to another life or whatever the hell she was saying. And then as soon as she went, like all of them living out, like just mourning or grieving or whatever, yelling that yell, whatever the hell they were doing, and for the walkers to kind of come through and just start ripping them apart, and these people are just continuing to give out that chant. It was just it was an interesting sight because, like I said, like the one thing that I've really enjoyed was seeing the different groups like in New York City, and this is no different. Like seeing one group that's just full of like brutal people, one group who, of course, they can be brutal, but then they have like a hidden secret, people they're trying to protect. And then we have another group that believes that the dead are trying to protect them and that they are the dead, like You know, like eventually we're gonna become the dead, so let's embrace them, whatever. So just to see the different insights of everything is just kind of sick, but it's cool, but it's weird at sometimes. But this really did a good job highlighting who they are as a group of people, and I thought they did a good job kind of showcasing that, but realistically leading to Navarez ended up getting attacked. I will say, I think that she got off easy. I'm sorry, I think she got off easy, and I'm not gonna undermine or undersell the people getting ripped apart. Realistically, but still, man, like that, like I don't know what the crap she's been putting us through. She's been a pain, but leading to the whole Negan kind of storyline, which has been fun. I do want to say I was really interested to see how he was going to lead the charge to kind of getting Christos on her side, and it ended up working out. Like Christos ended up being a character that I was like, God, I'm really hoping we see more of this guy, and I'm really disappointed that they kind of offed him right away. But realistically, going into this, seeing the group kind of immediately circle around Negan and the people he was with, and then them being brought up, and Negan, of course, sweet talking him, trying to, let him know, like, hey, this is what should happen. And then we got the two kids that ran in, and I'm just like, okay, like, he has kids. This is interesting, all right? Maybe Negan can understand this, or can kind of get him to side with him about, hey, like, I have people I'm trying to protect too. This kingdom can be yours if you follow my lead, something on the line of that. And then when you open the door and you just see not just those two kids, but a whole group of like women and children, and it's like, dude, like they have a whole bunch of stuff to protect, and you can understand why he kind of acted the way he did. Um, and I did like the aesthetic of their group too, like with the bones, like the knife with the bone, and then pretty sure he had a spine just on his back. Like a lot of the stuff that they were kind of wearing, it was pretty cool. It was a cool little like touch because I love when the groups all have their own little like thing about them, and that was something I thought was pretty unique. Highlighting the whole bone situation, but it leading to, of course, in the beginning of the episode when we have them cut the wires, and we're trying to figure out who did that, and Croat believes that it was this group. I still don't think it was them, but it doesn't change anything. Of course, them ended up they ended up getting to that point. I think it might have even been Bruegel and him trying to like play a little bit, like trying to like mess up their heads a little bit. But of course, killing that entire group was terrible. And of course, Croat said he did let the children and women live, but I don't know. At this point, I don't trust this guy at all. But yeah, I mean, I was interested in that, but then we led to Negan. Negan is good at manipulating. This has never been something that we've had to hide. The way that he handled the situation with the Croat, like him saying, "Hey, like I'm on your side. Like can't let the Dama do this. Like hell, she treats the rat better than you, essentially, is And cool thing that he brought that up because of course it ended up leading to the Croat snapping at Dama, and of course it ended up bringing up the rat. And when the rat ended up dying, of course, Croat's gonna be like the number one suspect there. I am almost 100% sure Negan killed that rat, but still, it was interesting to see like them kind of like discussing that, and like Dama was an interesting character, but realistically, like it kept bringing me to the point, like what did she have? I can't remember what she had over the Croat. Like the Croat, other than him just kind of like rolling over on his back and just doing what she told, like what earned her that? You know what I'm saying? Like I understand Negan and like having to do what she said because she had something on him, and even when the Croat worked for Negan, like Negan like himself could just get in there and just beat the crap out of him like on a one. Like I was trying to understand more about the Dama and try to understand more of why they fear her the way that they kind of seem to fear her, and why they follow her the way they follow her, because the Croat is just following her blindly. And again, he made a point like, you have all this because of me, because first she ends up throwing that at him, and he's like, no, 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 you're nothing without me. And it's like, realistically, in season one, the Croat was the one who seemed to be running the show until we see it at the end that that's not actually the case. And I thought they were gonna dive into that more and show even more of why like the Dama is the big dog, and she's proven time and time again that she is a cool leader. Like there's cool little moments that showcase why people kind of do fear her in a sense. But I didn't feel it myself as a viewer. Like I wasn't totally behind her being in charge of the biggest group of New York City. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how else to say it. The Croat, we've literally seen how unstable and how crazy he is, and just him ripping people apart, him going after children. It's like the dude's a monster. So we can understand that. And the Dama clearly doesn't have the emotions. She's just not there, obviously, too. So we do know she's nuts. But I was hoping to see a little more on how she was able to tame such a lunatic such as the Croat. And it's been interesting to see kind of that all kind of unfold, and it leading to him allowing her to die. Like I wouldn't necessarily say, I would say maybe he's obviously behind her death, but it just kind of reminds me of, like, I'm not gonna kill you, but I don't have to save you, like that type of situation, because he just let that happen and then kind of like walked away. So it's a really weird situation, but I'm interested to see how the group is gonna kind of work out now that the Dom is not involved. I mean, to be fair, the Croat could kind of go a couple days without her even being out there, because like it's at a point where like he's been running the show and she's pulling the strings. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I'm interested to see how it works out. Negan's obviously gonna know, but it's gonna be interesting. But the main thing I'm really stoked about is seeing how the whole Bruegel situation works out with him meeting Maggie. Of course, Bruegel has some beef with Negan, so I don't know if they're gonna end up making some type of deal. I don't trust him, but still, it is cool to have him on our side for a little bit. I'm just curious to see how this is all gonna play out. Who knows? Maybe Negan sent them there. I really don't know. There's just so many questions I have, and we'll have to wait till the next episode to get those answered. But for now, I was happy with this episode. I thought this was good. I mean, again, nothing great, but it was fun. Just like episode 4 was. I think 4 and 5 are pretty strong episodes. I don't know where you guys would rank the first 5 episodes of this season, but I'm gonna leave that to you. Make sure you guys did it last time, but rank them again this time. I'm excited for more. That's it. But Dasha Polanco's character, again, she did a fantastic job. Sad to see her as an actress go, but her character, oh man, like pissing me off. But that's how you know she did a good job, because she's so good at being, a dickhead. But she did great. I admire what she. I just admire the fact that she came onto the show. Like, again, when they said that she was coming on board, I was so excited. So she's absolutely killed it, and cool to know that she was a part of the Walking Dead universe. I was really looking forward to hoping that she'd be along for another season or whatever. But with the way her character was going, it doesn't make sense that they cut her short. Um, but yeah, for now, thank you guys so much. We appreciate you guys. If you want to like, comment, subscribe, it really does help us out. Every like does go a really long way of pushing us out to even more people. So we do appreciate that one singular like. It does help us out. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.